Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 81 of my modded Factorio playthrough. First, we need to clear this out. I probably should have left that there. Better way is to probably pick this line up right here. Let's just pick this all up so it'll clear out. We'll probably use all that eventually, right? So the question is, how much do we want to create? Well, we can create 9 per second with one of our setups. And our fastest belt is a red belt that can do 26 per second. So 3 of these would be 28 per second. That's close to what our belt could do. So that seems just like a good ratio to do. I see no reason to have 2 belts just so it's at 100%. Seems excessive. So we're going to need a couple more blast furnaces, but we have some here, so if we just pick them up we can upgrade them. However, we are going to need another 6 ore processors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like it's finally clearing out here. Okay. Well, first, let's just connect these belts because we are going to use a different fuel setup. So, might as well just connect that. And that one's going to get replaced soon, so let's just pick all that up. There we go. Okay. And clear it all out. So one thing to consider is that we're going to have an output belt coming down here. And a coke belt coming up here. This coal has to come down here because we're using that for carbon dioxide. And this other belt here is our general fuel belt. So it's going to be a little awkward. But this belt right here, ideally, should be our coke. So right here is going to be our output. All this stuff's going to get moved around, so I'm not terribly concerned with the balance of it for now. But is coke an acceptable thing to come up here? Kind of, but it has to leave room for the copper plates here. Alright, we've got coke. Well, I'm not exactly sure how much coke we're going to need, but I don't think it's going to be very much, so I'm not really concerned. So let's go here. Then in like this. It's going to be kind of tricky if we go up there, and this thing is kind of in a weird spot. I think we're going to need to move it down by 1. So this is when the stitching starts getting crazy. Because what I'm thinking of is moving this over here. Like right here. Then up. Then back in here. So there goes the coke. So now we just need to fix the other stuff here. Yeah, that has to be there. And out of space. What do you know? Let's just throw all that stuff in there for now. Okay, let's see. Bricks right there. Carbon has to come in through here. Come on, there we go. And the plates go right there. Okay, I think that's all of it. This could be slightly cleaner by going up here. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but it gets the job done barely. Let's put away some of these extra resources. We have lots of pellets. Yeah, it's getting to the point where the base is starting to become a little too convoluted for its own good. See, this one can be moved one further out. Out of yellow belts? How can that be possible? Well, alright, let's place these patterns down then. And let's change the recipe. Let's just get rid of these. Okay. So it needs to be in line right here. Looks like the highest up it's going to be able to go is maybe something like this. So let's place 1, 2, and 3. Of course, all this stuff's going to have to get moved around. And we can turn those into the Mark IIs. Looks like the coke only needs to go up to there. Okay. Oops, those are not long-handed. There we go. Okay. Just a couple of other things to do before we fire it up. Well, let's check the electrical network. Hey, look at that. We actually have battery power still. It might actually last the night. We're not going to have enough room to do the advanced copper metallurgy if we don't move this belt back, so let's do that. Not exactly sure how much space we're going to need for it, so I'm just going to move it as far to the side as possible. and then we'll fix it later if necessary. Alright, this should work. Let's see. Probably going to need some underground belts right here. Just so it fully utilizes the belt. There it goes. Yeah, seems like a solid red belt. That's what we want to see. I don't see any reds. It looks like the inserters are getting used pretty heavily, but that they're not falling behind. So, it looks good. We'll upgrade everything that's downstream of this later. That's kind of the second part of this. However, we can look upstream to see if we're good. So we need 8 processed iron every 4 seconds times 1.5, which is 3, and we have 3 machines, so that's 9, and times 2, so that's 18 copper a second. Let's see if we are 18 iron per second. So let's see if we're producing that. How's the batteries? Oh, I might not hook up or put any more accumulators on. So I want to see if those accumulators are going to last till the morning. It's getting pretty close. Alright, we have 5 of these. I believe each one produces 4 per second. Yes, it looks like it. So that would be 20 per second, which should be enough. Although, they might not be producing at full speed right here. It's kind of hard to tell. So let's just put these right here. Okay, so it looks like we already have enough iron production for this. Let's do advanced copper smelting now. Probably should have researched that ahead of time. That's nothing unusual. So you see the process is similar where you turn it into processed copper, but instead of coke, we need to add oxygen gas to make the copper ingots. And then they have these other steps. However, there's an extra one. Besides making copper sheet coils, we can also make coils of wire, which is just an efficiency increase. But like with the copper sheet coils, it would have to redo quite a bit of the bus to make that happen. So we're going to save that for later. Right now what we're looking for is the processed copper and then the improved efficiency with copper ingots. So let's research that. Well, since it's we got nothing else to do, we might as well upgrade the accumulators and all that while we're waiting for that research. Can still keep an eye on the charge. Okay, so the charge is running low, and it's probably going to run out. But just barely. So it looks like we're pretty close. Alright, 131. So we need 392. And then for accumulators, looks like we're kind of full on inventory. Okay, yeah, definitely, well, I don't know, it's getting awfully close. It might actually survive. Alright, 503. Which means we need 1279. I'm kind of curious if this is going to last. It doesn't really look like it. It's only going to take a tiny burst of steam to keep it from running out. And there goes the steam. Yeah, just tiny little bursts, so almost. We're getting close. I think with this next upgrade, we should be able to last the night. Probably should pick up a batch of lights. And poles while we're at it. Okay, let's not make the mistake we did before of having the robots just jump out the moment they can. So let's pick up all of that. Alright, copper's done. Alright, something like this. And then drop everything inside. Okay, that's everything. Do we have any small panels? A couple. Let's get some more. Alright, more trees to clear. And more patterns to place. Looks like this is the first situation where we're not going to be able to place a pattern where we want to. I'm not going to worry about landfilling that, because it just doesn't look like it's that critical. And landfill's relatively rare, so I'd rather save it for times where it would be really useful. Out of medium panels. That's the regular story. Nothing new there. Looks like we can place a third one right there. And out of accumulators. Lots of storage capacity now. Looks like we're short on some supplies, some belts, splitters, and that sort of thing, so let's pick some up. Looks like we are out of lead. Okay, that's a problem. We need to take care of that. Okay, let's see what's going on with lead. Okay. It's out further up. Okay, it looks like, is that crotinium that we're out of? Yes. Okay. Let's go get some more then. Oop. I wasn't watching where I was driving. That was easy enough. There we go, that's flowing again. Looks like we're running fairly low on the stereotype, but still got some flowing, and as long as it's keeping up barely, I don't see any reason to change this yet. Now it's time for copper. Let's clear this out. This is probably necessary, yeah. But it'll fit right here. Okay, but it looks like it doesn't connect down here. Let's do this for now. It's a dirty solution, but it keeps it working. Okay, so copper is a similar setup. Similar enough to where I think we can just copy and paste this. So let's do all of this. Some slight modifications will be necessary, but not very much. Okay. So it looks like we need to delete those right there. So right here. Yep, looks like it. Alright, let's place everything down and we can fix it in a little bit. So we're going to need 9 ore processors. And 3 blast furnaces, where we have no bricks. But we have lots of bricks over here. I'll just pick them all up. And looks like we just need to drop a bunch of stuff in here. Alright, so there's some slight modifications to this. Just have to change the orientation of some of these machines, some of these belts. That's all the time we have for this episode, so I'll see you on the next one.